Hello everyone, Sumaya here, back with the book of Judges, back here with the book of Judges chapter 20. Yes, and to continue on, where we left off was the Israelites had given the Levite a go-ahead to consider, confer, and speak up on the outrage that was caused upon him in regards to his concubine. Well, in chapter 20, we see that the children of Israel assembled from Dan to Beersheba, well as Jabesh Gilead. Why they assembled? They wanted to know what had happened. So they called on to the Levite, who narrated that he was in Gibeah and the perverted men surrounded the house that he was occupying. They demanded that they wanted to kill him. Instead, when he gave in his concubine, they ravished her until she died. Well, that was his narration, and the entire nation of Israel came as one to go and do away with the people that had done that kind of evil. So they selected people to go through all Gibeah inquiring of who had done the evil that was done. So when they went through, the entire land refused to give in the person or the people that had caused that kind of evil. And the only option that they were left with was to go to battle with their brothers, the Benjamites. Anyway, the Benjamites were also set for war. They had assembled their left-handed men who are described that they were men of war that would even sling a stone to a hair breadth and not miss it. So those were really fine people, men of war. So they went into battle. What we see is that they had a number of tactics they used to go down to the fine people that would go to war. They had the foot soldiers, both the nation of Israel as a whole and the tribe of the Benjamites. They all assembled people for battle. When they did assemble them, the Israelites also inquired of the Lord. They inquired of the Lord for the very first time, went and prayed and inquired of the Lord, should we attack our brothers, the Benjamites? And the Lord gave them a go ahead that they should go and attack their brothers. They also inquired which tribe would go first, and the Lord mentioned Judah would be the tribe that would go first. But even then, in their first attempt, they were defeated. The nation of Israel was defeated by the tribe of the Benjamites on their first attempt. But they did not stop. They grieved their loss and went back and prayed to the Lord, still inquired of the Lord, should we still go ahead with this battle, or should we still go and attack the children of the Benjamites? So the Lord gave them a go ahead. They told them that the Lord told them, go ahead and attack the Benjamites. They went and attacked to no avail. They were still defeated by the Benjamites. That was their second attempt. When they were defeated, they went back to pray. They went and fasted. They went grieving unto the Lord. And the Lord told them, actually, this time, uh, Phinehas, who was the priest at the time, who was in charge of the Ark of the Covenant, was in charge. He also prayed, as well as them making offerings to the Lord. They prayed Phinehas prayed to the Lord, "O Lord, shall we go back and attack our brothers, the Benjamites?" And the Lord told them, "You are going to go back to them and attack, and this time I deliver the Benjamites unto your hands." So that the children of Israel went with that courage, as it was a response from the Lord. And when they went to battle, God gave them even more insight and wisdom on how to maneuver in battle. The Bible, if you read, you can see that tactics that were put in place as a way of them emerging victorious this very third and final time they went to battle with their fellow brothers, the Benjamites. Well, they emerged victorious, the children of Israel emerged victorious and went back to the cities of Gibeah and attacked men and beasts, leaving nothing. Meanwhile, 600 of the men had run to the rocks of Rehob. So 600 of the men of Gibeah, the Benjamites, survived. They did not die in battle. They did survive. So that is all about the book of Judges, chapter 20. What I see in this particular chapter is that there was oneness. There was oneness. That is one thing. The whole nation merged forces for just one individual. They merged forces to get justice for just one individual, the Levite who had lost his wife, who lost the concubine. So, how have we merged forces? Have we let people go? Have we given up on some people when they needed help? And these are some of the things we learn through these stories. When we read them, we get to learn how things we can go about issues and all. But with this, I've learned how we can have that kind of oneness to come up to something and emerge victorious. And the other thing I've learned is that one ought to inquire of the Lord no matter what. We've got to inquire of the Lord. The nation of Israel inquired of the Lord 3 times before they made attack upon their brothers, the Benjamites. The very first attempt was their loss. They were defeated, but they did not give up. They went back to the Lord and inquired of Him. He gave them a go ahead. They were defeated for the second time. And for the third time, they fasted. Hmm? In the New Testament, as scripture says that there are things that do not go except when we fast. But we see this in the Old Testament that they fasted, they prayed, they made offerings, they engaged their priest Phinehas to bring the Ark of the Covenant that they would pray. And when they prayed, God delivered the Benjamites up unto their hands, and hence marching victorious. Have we done that? Or have we just given up? I have learned that we do not have to give up. We do not have to give up. We have to press on. We have to press on. Some people have given up on the Lord, thinking that, oh God, if this battle is won, then I do not know. I do not know. I think I'm going to fail. But it's not the case. If you persist, if you insist in prayer, God will have your way out. So that is all I have to share uh, about chapter 20 of the book of Judges. And I'm going to chapter 21. This is a captivating book. This is a captivating word I really want to share. Stay blessed. I remain Sumaya. See you in the next chapter, chapter 21 of the book of Judges. Bye.